Yeah.
Okay.
Say something. So just say something. Something that is coming to your mind. It's us. So they know itself. So basically, while loop helps you to perform a task repeatedly, as long as the condition is what? As long as the condition is true. What of for loop? What of for loop? Same thing, but it does what? It performs, it iterates. I said it goes over a sequence. Sequence like what? Example of sequence. Oh yeah now. Example of a sequence. List. Tuple. What else did we talk about yesterday? What is a tuple? Tell me one property of a tuple. One property. Oh yeah, let me hear you. It can't be changed. Tuple items can't be changed. Another property of a tuple. Another property of a tuple. There, my group, that place. Another property of a tuple. It accepts duplicate value. It accepts duplicate value. What of a list? A list. Property of a list. A list is changeable. Great. Tell me one function that the list can perform. One function. Sort. Thank you. Dot sort. Dot append. Index. Another one. No. That one is indexing, slicing. Dot count. Dot clear. Good. What of tuple? What function can tuple perform? Only two. Dot count and dot index. So don't just drop your Python code, revise, go there, do it. Who tried it yesterday night? When you got home, you did one or two things. Your hands, oh yeah, your hands, let me see our hands. Only two people. You don't have light in your area. See you. So only two people opened their system yesterday night. Imagine. Okay, please, I need our attention. Don't get distracted. Anybody that is talking to you this moment now, that person is, yes. So set your gaze on me. Do you understand? For now, I am your God in Python. Set your gaze on me. All right. Today we want to talk about, we should go to function directly. But if you noticed something yesterday, we use dictionary. How many of us heard about dictionary yesterday? In the microcontroller class. So we use dictionary, we touch dictionary. So let me just teach us briefly on dictionary. Are we ready? So from our normal life definition, layman definition, you know what dictionary is now. What's a dictionary? What's a dictionary? My man with two AirPods. Oh yeah. What's a dictionary? Such a meaning. Okay. All right. Python's dictionary. Are we here? Python's dictionary is quite different. A little bit of difference between the normal dictionary and Python zone. So Python dictionary is used to store sometimes temporarily, just to store your data temporarily. But it has the same functionality as our normal real life dictionary. You know, in our real life dictionary, you have just one word and different meanings, right? You have like a word like come, but you see different meanings of come. Do you understand? That's the way Python works. Python works with, so that word now in Python, we call it a key. Can you repeat after me? Key. And those definitions that you have, different definitions that you have, we call them what? Values in Python. Where you repeat after me, values. So Python dictionary works with what? Key and values. Do you understand? Keys and value. Let's look at the way Python dictionary is being written in our Python code. So how many of us are on our Jupyter notebook now? Everybody should be on their Jupyter notebook. So let's create a new cell, B. So this is the way Python dictionary works. Give it a variable, give it a variable name. Let's call it student details. Let's say something like student details. Or we should use car details. Which one do we want? You want car, me? Oh yeah, car. Car details. Equal to, we are assigning car details to a dictionary. For a list, what is the type of bracket for a list? Square bracket, square bracket, square bracket, this square bracket, this one. This one is for a list. For a tuple is what? The normal parenthesis. That's for a tuple. But for a dictionary, we use what? A curly bracket. Do you note that? We use what? A curly bracket. Then, you know, I said dictionary is all about key and value, Abi. So now we are working with car details. Car details. Number one, let's say, what is the model of the car? Abi, that's one details of a car. The model. So I can say model. Model is a string. Model. This model now is the key. Do you understand? Model is the key. What is the model of our car? Eh? Tesla. So do you see now? The key is what? The model, and the value is what? Tesla. Do you understand? Let's add another key and value again. Another item inside of this car details. Oh my God. So what other details do we need? Color. Let's add color again. Color. Color string. So what's the color of our Tesla? Ash, white. White, green, yellow, white. So we're having what? A white Tesla. Do you understand? Are you getting it now? So you see that we are having a lot of details of a car. Yeah. The model is what? Tesla. The color is white. Do you see? Okay. Let's look at another. What other properties do we want? The year of production, Abi? Year of production. Year of later. Sharing is not working. Please hold on, let us connect to our people on Zoom. All right. So while it's still connecting, let's just continue. So year of production, Abi. Year of production. Year of production is what? What year? 2023. Kilotuku. What else are we adding? From this side is not very active. It's like we'll carry some active people here. We'll put them here. So everything would saturate. All right. What other properties do we need? Oh yeah, now what else? Is that okay? Is this one okay? I believe you understand what dictionary is doing now. Do we understand? You see that I'm having what? Key and values together. The key is the name, the color is white, year of production is what? 2022. So I'm having like the name and the definition. So key and value. Is that good? Is that good? Over here, are we clear? Are we clear? All right. So let's look at it now. Number one, let us confirm what type of collection is this again. Let's check the type. So let's say print me the type of car underscore details. What's the type of car underscore details? How many of us have gotten our answer? What do you have? Dict. Meaning what? Dictionary. Dictionary. Is that fine? Good. So let's see the way we can operate with dictionary. Let me fetch some values out. I can do this. Look at some of the functions that dictionary has. Do you still remember the way we got our functions yesterday? How do we do that? We'll call the variable names, Abi. We'll do dots. Dot and what? Tab. So what are those things we have? We have what? Clear. Look at the functions that dictionary can perform. Clear, copy, from keys, get, items, keys, pop items. So we'll be looking at a few of them. Values, especially the dot keys, the values. Do you understand? Are we getting this? So we'll be looking at dot keys and dot values. So let us do something. Let me tell this guy, print cars. Are we here? Cars details dot keys. What do I mean here now? What am I saying here? Print all the keys that we have in what? In car details. Do you understand? Print me all the keys. So if I do this, what am I having? I am having what? Who can describe this for me? Number one, this is what? A list, Abi. List of all the what? Keys. So all the keys are what? Model, color, and what? Year of production. So since it is a list, I can look over it, Abi. Can I? So let us look over it. Can we look over it? B. So look at the way we look over it. I can say for what variable name should I use? Do we still remember how to work with for loop? So I'm using what variable name? Let me say for key, for instance, in car underscore details dot what? Dot keys. Are we getting this? So for key in car underscore details dot keys, print what? Print key. Do you understand? What do we have? You see that we have it now listed out now. Model, color, and year of production. What does the loop did? The loop went into this list, into this sequence, and it takes them one after the other and printed them. Do you understand? It took them one after the other and printed them. In this guy, let us see the way it's doing it. You know, it is very fast. He just printed it fast, Abi. Let us see the way it's doing it. Let us go and import time. Do we still remember we do import time from what do you call it? From our microcontroller yesterday? Do we remember? You don't. We were importing time now. Let us import time. So say import time. So let me just tell us a few things about imports. You are saying import yesterday, day before yesterday. You know, in our microcontroller, you're importing machine, Abi. You said from machine, you are importing something, right? Right. What did you import? What other thing did you import again? ADC. You import what? You did not import machine. So let me tell us something about import. So import is one tool or syntax that helps us bring somebody's work into our own work. Do you understand that? Did you understand that? So note what I'm saying now. Any work that you do you understand? It is called a module. If it's just one work, So the way Python works is that, you know, I told us that Python sees everything as an object. Do you remember? And what is an object? Something that has what? Oh yeah, now. What's an object? Over here, what's an object? Not only value, not values. Properties and what? Function. Anything that has what? A property and a function is called what? An object. Do you understand? So in advanced Python, so what you're doing now is not advanced. It's not too advanced. Do you understand? In advanced Python, you will learn how to create an object itself. Do you understand? You learn how to create an object itself. You learn how to create something that has a property, just like list. It has a property and can perform a function. Do you understand? The term to create something like that is called class. Repeat after me, class. So class is used to create. Do you understand? Class is used to create what? An object. It enables you to give that object what? A property and what? A function. Do you understand me? Don't forget where we are coming from. We are coming from imports. Abi, I'm out to tell you what that import does. So I said class is what helps you to create an object. An object is anything that has a property and function. So in the more advanced Python classes, you might learn how to create an object. And what you use to create an object is called class. Do you understand? Is that clear enough? Is that clear enough? So any work that you have that has one class or one or more classes, any work you have that has one or more classes is called what? A module. Do you get that? Do you get that? Any work you do, any Python script, you know, this is like a script now. This is like one note. Do you understand? We are in one note now. Any Python work that you have that has one or more classes is called what? It's called what? A what? A module. Repeat after me, a module. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? What is a class? Class helps you to what? Create an object. What is an object? An object is anything that has what? A property and function. Do you understand that now? Is that clear? So any work you have that has one or more classes, it's what? A module. Do you understand that? So any work again that you have that has one or more module is called what? A library. Are we getting that definition? Any work you have that has one or more modules is called what? A library. Do you understand? So as a Python programmer now, you want to create an object, you can create as many class. Do you understand? In one module. Do you get that? So for example now, the time that you are importing in your microcontroller class, you know, you are just importing time, import time, and you are working with it. That time is a module, is somebody's work. The person created that time with what? Using class. That time is an object. Do you understand? That's why you see, you said time dot sleep, Abi. Oh yeah, now time dot sleep, Abi. Sleep is one function that object can perform. Do you understand? So time is somebody's work already. It is a module. Do you get that? What is a module again? I want it to sink. It has what? One or more class. Do you understand? What is class? It helps us to create what? An object. What is an object? That's properties and functions. Do you understand that now? So time is a module. It is somebody's work. The person created it using class. One of the functions that class and time can perform is sleep. Dot sleep. Dot sleep. What does it help you to do? It delays your code a bit, Abi. It don't. Dot sleep. What does it do for you? That time dot sleep that you're using in microcontroller class. What does it do? Delay. It delays your code a bit. It looks as if the code is loading. Do you understand? So that's one function in time. So what helps us to bring somebody else's work into our own work to be able to use it is that import. Do you get? Import is the one bringing somebody's work into our own work. So it's as if somebody has like 1,000 lines of code, but you're not using import to bring the whole 1,000 lines of code of that person into your work. Do you understand? That is for import time. If you look at import machine, we did not import machine directly. We did what? We said from machine, Abi. Let me write it down so that we'll see. This one is import time. This is the way we used to do in our microcontroller. From machine. Import, Abi. From machine, import what? Pin. This is what we used to do now. Great. So for machine is not just a module. Machine is what? A library. Do you understand? Machine is a lot of modules. They have different modules inside of machine. Do you get that? Do you get that? That's why we, instead of us saying, go and import all the whole machine, don't just import all the whole machine. From machine, do you understand? Import what? Pin. Do you get that? Do you get that? Is that clear? So when you see this now in your microcontroller classes, you should not get confused. Do you understand? Do you understand now? So now I want to import time. I want to use time. I want time to delay for my for loop during when I'm looping over here. I want it to delay. So I'm saying time dot. I can say sleep. Once I do time dot sleep, oh, yeah, disconnected. Once I do time dot sleep, I can tell this guy to sleep for 1 second. Once I put 1 here, that's 1 second. But in our microcontroller, we're using time dot sleep underscore what? ms. That's what? Milliseconds. So if I come and write 1000 here, this is 1000 milliseconds, which is also what? 1 second. Do you understand? So I can try to say sleep underscore milliseconds. So I say sleep. I'm still doing the same thing. Do you get that? Are we fine? So if I say sleep dot 1 seconds now, this is clear. Is this clear enough? So I'm saying before you are going into this list, okay. So I'm saying before you go into this list, when you go into this list, you know this is what we have now, card.keys, Abi. Card details.keys is bringing out all the keys that we have in this dictionary. This is a dictionary. Dictionary has what? Key and value. I'm trying to revise as I'm teaching so that it sticks. Do you understand? So don't let us make it difficult for me. I want our response. So dictionary has what? Keys and what? Values. Do you understand? I'm not saying that print what? All the keys for me. And what are the keys? The keys are what? Model, color, and year of production. So it printed them. It printed them as a list. Yeah. But it's not just ordinary list. In Python, we call it the object of the keys. The object of the keys list. So just know it as list. These are the list of the O keys. Do you understand? So we have keys, model, color, and year of production. But now I want my for loop to walk over it. So what is for loop doing? For loop is going into this list. It's going to it. I said for loop goes into a sequence. It iterates over a sequence until that sequence is exhausted, until there's nothing in the sequence again. So it goes. I'm not sure. Please hold on. So can we quickly do something now to confirm that we understand what for loop is doing? Can you create a list of students, different names of students, and loop over the students and say, these students, you are welcome to the what day are we? Day 3 or day 4? Welcome to day 4 robotics week. Can we do that? ASAP. Let's do that ASAP. Just create a list of different students, like 5 students, and loop over those students and tell them that each of those students, welcome to Python Robotics Week Day 4. Welcome to Robotics Week Day 4. Can we do that? Oh yeah, let's do that ASAP. So that will make me understand that you understand what loop is doing. I want everybody to do that. Everybody on your system, your hands on your system. If you are done, just say done. Raise up your hand and say done. I'll come and meet you. create 5 lists of student names and look over them and tell them that you are welcome to day 4 robotics week. We must finish Python today, so let us get to work ASAP. If you are done, just tell me done. Okay. All right, I'm coming over now. We have 2 people that are done already. Idon is not done. Yeah, great. Great work. Another person. Let me see. Great. Great. Let me see what you have. Great. So we have Python programmers here already. Anybody, any other person? We are still working on it. We are done. Okay, good. So let's wait for see your indentation. The indentation is not correct. Come to the back here. So tap the back. Yeah, tap this other guy to back. You are using tuple. I said use list, a list. Okay. Which other person here? Nobody here. Anybody here? You are done. You are using your phone. You see that there's no limitation now. We have somebody using their phone. So yeah, print it now. Run it. Great. Well done. Anybody? No. You have it in your note. It's not it exactly. Let me see. We have finished it now. I said just print the names and have 5 student names, look over the names and tell each name that you are welcome to Robotics Week, day 4. Do you understand now? Have a list of 5 names, look over each of the names and tell those names, this person, welcome to Robotics Week, day 4. This person, welcome to Robotics Week, day 4. Nobody from this seat. Coded. List. Anybody from here? Imagine. Group 1. You are working on it. Network error. Okay, you don't do network error. All right. What of you, sir? Backup. Are we here? So let us look at this. Hello. For as many that are getting it mixed up, this is the correction. This is the correction. Look at, I said create a list of what? 5 names, Abi. Are we here? Look at the screen. Oh, look at the screen. I said, set your gaze on me. I said, these names, create a list. When you are using a list, you are using what? The square brackets. List number 1, name of student. Idon. Another person. AY. Another person. Oyana. Richard. Another person. OJ. Do you understand now? We have how many people here now? 4. Remain 1 person. Elijah, what's your name? Latifat. Latifat. So we have what? How many names of people here? How many list of names? 5. So I'm saying for what? I want to look over it now, B. For name in names. Print what? We are using F string. Abi? Print what? Name, Abi? So I'm saying Idon, comma, welcome to Robotics week day what? Day 4. So this is it. Let me run this guy. You can see, Idon, welcome to Robotics week. Do you see what for loop is doing for us now? Is this clear enough? Is this clear enough? This is what I wanted us to do. So now we have what here? A list of all the keys, Abi. We are working with dictionary. We have a list of all the keys here, Abi. And I'm saying, okay, go and look over the list of all the keys. Car details dot keys. Then when you look over one, sleep for 1 second. Then the next one, let's run it and see our result. You see it's printed model car, then it's sleeping. Do you see the delay? Let us increase this guy to 2 seconds or 3. You see the delay now. Model 1, 2, 3. Car color. Are we seeing this now? This is the way it's working. So we can also look over the values too. I can say I want to look over the values. You know we have keys and values here. Model is a key, but Tesla is the value, Abi. Is that good? Let's look over the values. I can do something like this. So let's look over the values. How will I get the values now? Who can suggest? If I want to get the values of that dictionary, car details, how will I get the values? It will be dot what? Dot values. You know we said dot keys for the first time for the keys. The second one will be what? Dot value. Let us first print it first. So let me say print. Are we here? Print what? Car underscore details. Abi? Dot values. Values is a function, so we always end it with what? Parentheses. So you can see the values now. Tesla, white, and 2023. Do you see that? Do you see that? B. Let us go to the next line. Let us now look over it, Abi. I can say for what? For value in car underscore details dot values. Look over everything for me. Print what? So I'm saying print value. I have to say print value now. Print value. You can see now I have what? Tesla, white, and 2023. Who can tell me the reason why I am always looping over them? Why am I looping over them? Eh? So that I'll print it individually. So one of the things I'm doing is I want to print them out individually. So I can do many things. It might not just be only printing. I can do many things with them. But what I want to do with them, I want to do it with them out individually. Do you understand? So that's what for loop helps us to do. For loop helps us to what? Iterate over a sequence, either a list, a tuple, or a string. Iterate over it and use them one after the other to do whatever I want to do with it. Do you understand that now? Is that clear enough? Is that clear enough? Many people are not getting that. Is that clear? Should we continue? Okay. I guess network is bad this morning. So let us look at another magic here. I want to look over both the keys and value together. Do you understand? I don't want to just look over keys alone and look over values alone. I want to be looking over what? Both the keys and value. So how will I do that? I want to look over both the keys and value. Let us look at something. Let me say print car details. Print car underscore details. Do you understand? But don't just print car underscore details. Don't print car underscore details dot value. Don't print car underscore details dot keys. Let me say print car underscore details dot what? Are we here? Let us look at this now. Dot items, Abi. Hello. You are not following me. So print car underscore details dot what? Items. Items is also a function that a dictionary can perform. Look at what my result will be. I want somebody to tell me what this thing is. So what is this thing? What are you seeing here? So I'm having what? Tuple and what? List. So this is what? A list of tuples. Do you see that? This is a list of what? Tuples. Once I say dot items will give me the tuple of what? Both the key and value. Do you understand? Do you understand this now? So I'm having what? List of what? Different tuples. Am I speaking Latin? Is this clear enough? Coded. Is this clear enough? Are we fine? Is there any question? Okay. So you can see this now. So let me look over items and let me see what I will have. Who can guess what I will have? What will I have if I look over these guys? I'll be having each tuple, right? So let me look over it now and see. Let me say for item in car details, Abi. Car underscore details. For item in car underscore details dot what? Items. Many people are not following me. Print what? The item for me. So what will I have? I'm having what? The tuple of each of those items. Do you see this? Let's perform another magic. Let's say print, don't just print items alone. Print, I want you to be printing it differently. Print the key and the value for me. Do you understand? So what variable should we give? Should I say use key and value or x and y? Let me use x and y, abi. For x, comma, y in car dot details, in car underscore details dot items. Are you seeing this? Print this thing for me. Do like this. So let me use this guy. Let me say f. Let me say do this. X. I believe you understand what I'm doing. I'm just printing now. I want to be printing x is equals to y. This one is equals to this one. Do you understand? So let me run this guy. You can see now, model is equals to what? Tesla. Color is equals to white. Year of production is equals to 2023. I can change this guy and use column here. Does not matter. You see what I have? Is this clear enough? Okay. Yes, the first variable, we go for the key, and the second variable, which is y, we go for the value. Do you understand? Do you understand that now? That's clear enough. Is that clear enough? Hardware. Is it clear? Abi? So let's continue. So one of the properties of dictionary is that dictionary can be changed. It's also changeable. You can change the value if you want. Do you understand? You can change the value. So I can say, how to change the value of this Tesla. How to change my car from Tesla to Benz. The model of my car. How to change it to Benz. So let me change it to Benz. I'll just do something like this. Car details. Car underscore details. Can you see this? At the index of what? So we don't say at the index again when we are working with dictionary. We now say at the key of what? Model. Do you see this? Assign Benz. Did we get this one now? This is where we stop working with dictionary. So we'll be able to move to function. Do you get this now? Do you get this? You don't. So I'll not be saying at the key of at the index of 1 or index of 2. Instead of index, I'll say what? At the key of model. Change car details at the key of model to what? To Benz. Before we're having Tesla, now we want to change it to Benz. So when we are done, I can answer, okay, print me what? Print me what? Print what now? Print what? Print car details. I want to see what the car details is now. So you can see now, I have model. The model is now what? Do we see the way we are working with dictionary? Let us do one more example of dictionary. Let us say students or robotics students. Let us create a dictionary of robotics students. Do you understand? So I'm calling the variable what? Robotics underscore student. One of the rule guiding variable declaration, if you want to declare a variable, you see that over time, I'm not using robotics and I say space student, abi. If I do that, that's a big error. When you are declaring a variable, you don't use space. Do you understand? The only thing that you can use to join it is what? Underscore. Or you use a capital letter like this to say robotics, and you can now say capital letter what? Student, to be able to identify the difference. Do you understand? But I love using underscore. So I'll be using underscore. Robotics underscore what? Students. Do you understand this now? So I want to have a dictionary of like a database, a small database of all the students that we have here. So if I just point at you, tell me your name. The faster you tell me your name, the better the score you have. Are you ready? So what's the first key? Names, Abby. Let me say names underscore students. Names of students. So it is a string. So I want to have a list of names. Oh yeah? You know, what's your name? Wow. We bear the same name. Victor. Another name, Latifat. Another name. Your name, yeah. Yes, Feromi. Feromi. Your name, sir. Peace. So how many students am I having here now? 4. So I'm okay with 4. Comma, let me say, you can see what I have here. If I want to make sure, if I want to see this thing clearly, I want to separate it and make it clear. So I can just come here and I can open this guy again. Do you see this? So let me say the sex of all the students. I want to put their sex into a name. Victor, what are you? Are you a male? Victor is a male. Artifact is a female. Feromi is a male. Do you understand? Are you seeing this? Peace is what? A male. What other things am I having? We're asking color. Skin underscore color. Is this clear enough? Is this clear enough? So what's the color of Victor? Victor is black, dark. Latifat, what's your skin color? Chocolate. Chocolate. Feromi, what's your skin color? Thick black. Dark. Who else again? Peace, what's your skin color? Dark. So we have dark, chocolate. Let us just have these 3 informations of them. Can you see this now? So I'm studying like the names of the students, the sex, the score. Lastly, let's have scores. Scores. Their final results. Score. So, Victor, what do you have? 21. Latifa, what of you? 100. Feromi, what do you have? -2. Peace, your score. -5. So, do you see this now? Do you see this? Can we see this? So I have just a single key, but multiple words. A single key, but multiple values. Do you understand that now? So I have names of students, 5 students. I have their sex, I have their skin color, and I have their score. Is that clear? So let us print them first. Let us say print robotics students, and let's see. Print robotics underscore student. You can see now. I just have, so one other property of robotics is that it is also ordered. The way you put it is the way you will find it. Do you understand? The way you put it is the way you find it. It is ordered. It can be changed. Do you see that now? So let us do something. Let us how to write an expression based on this data. You know, I will need to look over them, Abi. Right? So let's do something. So this might look a little bit complex, but let us take it bit by bit. Look at something first. Let me look over all the values first. Do you understand that? Let me look over all the values. So I'm saying what? For students, Abi, let me say students. For students in robotics underscore student. Underscore student dot what? Dot values. I'm looking over the values. Dot values, Abi. Values. If I say just print these guys for me. Print all of them for me. Print the students for me. I'll have what? A list of the students, Abi. Do you see this? Do we see this? So can we do something now? Can we still look over the list? You know this is a list now. I can still look over the list, right? Right? So we call that what? A nested what? For loop. That is, I'm having two for loops. I have the main for loop and the child. That one is inside. Are we getting this? So it's as if student 2 is also a list. Do you understand? I know many people are quite confused. Let us see something. Let me first print print me robotics underscore student dot values. Let us see what we have. Print me robotics for student underscore values. Do you see what we have? What do we have here? A list of what? I have a list of lists. Do you understand? So this is a list that is holding all these lists. This is the first list. The first list is what? Student names, Abi. The second list is their sex. The second one, the third one, I mean, their skin color and their score. Do you see that? So I'm having what? List of lists. Is that clear? So the first time I looked, it just entered into this first list and brought out each of the lists that we have. That's why we have this. Do you understand? I can still loop again. I can enter into this second list to get each of the items. Do we get that? I want to enter into each of those lists again to get each of the items. So we call it what? Nested what? For loop. Repeat after me. Nested for. So instead of me saying print students, I'll not say print students again. Go under this for loop again and do another for loop. For each student, let us use that variable name. For each underscore student. So let me change this guy to students. Let me just say students here. So for each student in students, do you have this? Print what? Each student. Each underscore student. You see, we have a very long thing now because what this guy is doing now is that it will first go into this list of lists. It will print out all these lists. Then it will now enter inside this list again and print out Victor, Latifat. You see what we have? Let's see our results. Do you see? Do you see our results now? Do you see what we have here now? So it went inside that list and it's not printing it out one by one. Victor, Latifat, Feromi. Do you understand? Did we get that? So are we fine? So let us make an expression of this guy. Let's make an expression of this guy. Let's say we want to say, I want to be saying Victor with skin color, with dark skin color. Then he has what? He had what? 21. Who has an idea of what we can do? I'll go to that room. Do we have an idea of what we can do? So let me explain this guy very well for you now. So when this guy printed this, for example, it went the first time into this list of lists. It printed the whole of this guy. Assuming this is what it has here when it went the first time. So when it got to this place, it will go and print. It will go inside this place. When it has this in the first loop, this second loop will now go inside of Victor. Print Victor, because that's what we said they should print. Print Victor, print Latifat, print Feromi, print Peace. Then it will stop again. It will now go and pick this guy. In fact, let me uncomment this bro and reprint it. So you see. Do you see? What's this guy doing? Okay. I mean, this, hold on. It's still printing. It's printing the, oh, students. It's student I'm printing. So, thank you for that. So it's students I should print. So do you see now? So the first time it went into this list of lists, it took this first list. Then when it got to this first list, it printed what? Victor, Latifat, Feromi, and Peace. Then it took the second list, did the same thing. Took the third list, did the same thing. The fourth one did the same thing. Do you understand the way for loops is working now? Are we fine? I just look at our time. Our time is fast spent, and I want us to finish function today because today is the last day of Python. What's wrong? You were told yesterday now that if you don't like Python, forget about what? Raspberry Pi people. Because Raspberry Pi people will not work until you know what? Python. So go and embrace Python. So quickly, let's talk about Python functions. Python function. You know, I was telling us, I'll keep repeating this, so it's 6. You know, I was telling us that Python works based on what? Object, Abi. Python sees things as an object. So it has what? A property and what? And a function. Now, let me teach us how to create a function. Do you understand? You want to learn how to what? Create a function. Are we ready? How to create a function. You want to learn how to create Python function. So there are 3 basic steps in creating Python function. There are 3 basic steps. There's the first step is called what? Function what? Declaration. Can we see the screen? Function declaration. The second one is function definition. So after you have declared the function, you define your function. Then the last stage is what? Function invocation. Do we get that? Function what? The first one, function. Second one, function what? Then the third one is what? Invocation. So what does all those English mean? So let us look at it one after the other. To create a function, what function should we create? Let's create a function that says Idon is singing. Do you understand? Do you get that? So what function are we creating? Singing, Abi. Function singing. And whenever we call on function singing, to just print to us that what? Idon is singing. Do you understand that? Idon, should we change your name to Victor back? No. You want Idon? Yes. Okay. All right. So to create a function, we use the word or the syntax def. D-E-F. Def. You know, I said it is what? Function declaration. So we say def. Def here means function. You want to create a function. What's the name of the function we are creating? What's the name of the function now? Singing. Do you understand? So I'll say singing. Function singing. Then I'll end it with what? A parenthesis. Do you see this? I said every function ends with what? A parenthesis. So with this now, I have created the function singing. I have done the first stage. The first stage is what? The definition. Do you understand? Do you understand that? So this one is what? Def singing. I've created it. The next stage is what? Define. What do I want to do? What do I want that function to do for me? Do you get this? So I want this function to print I am singing. Print Idon is singing. So print Idon is singing. Idon is not smiling today. What's happening, you know? Idon is hungry. Idon is singing. What song is Idon singing? All right. So I want this function to be saying Idon is singing whenever I call it. Do you understand that? So now I have passed through the first stage. The first stage of what? Declaration. The second stage of what? Definition. I have defined what I want the function to be doing for me. Do you understand? The last stage is what? Invocation. So the last stage is what I call, you can use it anywhere in your code as long as you've defined and you've declared and you've defined the function. You can just be calling the function. Do you understand? If you remember when we were using when we are doing list dictionary, we say the name of the variable name dot something abi. That's when we are working with class. That's when we've done a whole lot of work. We've created the whole object. We've created the properties of the object. We've created the function of the object. But now we are just creating ordinary function. So I don't need to say dot anything because it's just an ordinary function. So if I want to invoke it, I can just come down to my code, anywhere in my code. In fact, it can be another cell. Do you understand? It can be another cell. Let us create another cell. It can be another cell, and I'll just call singing. And I'll put this guy here. If I say run singing, singing is not defined. Why is singing not defined? Come in. Singing. All right. What happened is I did not run that cell before running this one. Do you get that? So I can remove this guy. So I can run this guy. Let me uncomment it. So anywhere in my cell, In fact, I can go to the very last place of my cell and say singing. So Python already recognized singing as a function in this note. Do you understand? So this is called invocation. So anytime I'm calling singing, it will be printing to me what at what? Idon is what? Singing. Idon is singing. Do you understand? So I've created what? I've created a function singing. Do you understand that? So I've performed the 3 stages of creating function. The declaration, the definition, and the what? The invocation. Do you understand that? So now we have 2 different types of function. I was describing that yesterday. We have what? Who remember? Parameterized. We have a parameterized function and what? Unparameterized function. Those are the 2 types of function. Now, this def singing now that we've created, this singing function we've created is what? Is an unparameterized function because it does not have parameter, it does not receive anything. Do you understand this? But if I want to make it done is singing, this singing, I want to make it an unparameterized function. Look at what I will do. Are we here? I'll just say def singing. Sorry. So singing, but I want you to receive a parameter. Receive a parameter of the name of the person that is singing. Do you understand? I'll just come here and say name. Just create a variable name. The variable, I call it name. So name here is what? The parameter. Do you understand? Are we getting this? So name is the parameter here. So I can now say, instead of me saying Idon is singing, I'll just come here and do F. Name, Abi. Name is singing. Do we see this? Is this clear enough? Is this clear enough? So I have a parameter called what? Name. I'm not saying what? Name is what? Singing. Do you see? So whenever I am, let me run this guy. Whenever I am declaring, I'm invoking this function, I would need to what? You know, it has a parameter, Abi, name. That parameter is as if I'm saying I have an empty variable. The variable here is empty. Do you understand? There's nothing there. So whenever I am calling that function, I must now come and put something inside that variable. So in Python, we call it what? Argument. What do I call it? So I'm having what? Parameter while creating the function. But while invoking the function, I have what? And what? An argument. Do you understand that? Do we get that? So if I want to invoke this function, I'll just do like this. I'll call the function what? Singing, Abi. Function singing. The argument is what? I might decide to say, okay, I just want to write the argument straight up. And I decide to just come here and say name is equals to what? What's the name? Latifat. Do we see now? Do we see this? So if I run this guy now, this guy will be telling me that what? Latifat is what? Singing. I can decide to change Latifat to peace. If I run this guy, it tells me that what? Peace is what? Singing. Do you understand? Python is very brilliant. It understands that the first parameter here is name. So I might decide not to put name is equals to peace, and I just leave peace like this as the argument. And I run this guy. I still have what? Peace is what? Singing. Do you understand? Do you understand this? Yes, sir. I can have one or more parameters, as much parameters as I want. Do you understand? I can still come here and say, and put another parameter here. What should I call this parameter? When you say that somebody is singing so loud, let's call that parameter the adjective. Abi, let's just say adjective, and ADJ. Should we use this parameter like this? Do you understand? So this is the adjective. So whenever I come to this place to invoke it, then it's collecting how many arguments now? 2 arguments. Do you get that? So once I insert the first argument, which is peace, the name, then I need to insert the second argument, which is the adjective. So I can say, so loud. So peace is singing so loud. So if I run this, so I need to come and insert that argument here too in my definition. So what I'm expecting that something is singing so loud. So I'll just put the ADJ there. Do you understand? So let me run this guy. If I run this guy now, let me run this one. Then run this one. You can see now, peace is singing so loud. I can change this guy and say, Idon is singing so. You're singing so what? So bad. Idon is singing so bad. Do you understand that? I can also have a default parameter. A default parameter. Do you understand? I can try to come and say, okay, let this adjective be a default parameter. The adjective is what? Equals to so, let me say so sweet as the default parameter. Are you getting this? So whenever I come to this place, I might decide not to add the second parameter. There's no problem. Let me load this guy. Let me run it. Then run this guy. So what do I have? At default, it's telling me that Ido is singing so sweet. Do you understand? So that's what a default parameter. Do you get that? Do you get that? David. Is this clear enough? Is that clear enough? Should I wait till we write? So let's do one classwork. Can we do one classwork now? Can we do a classwork? Let's do a classwork. Let me think of that classwork now. What's happening there? Okay. The classwork that is coming to my head is already in our notes. So I don't want to. You can't just do it like that. Okay, let's create a function. Let's create a function that does this. Are we ready? You know, when we started this class, we created a list, a list of different people's names. Do you understand? So create a function that welcomes that person. That's quite simple enough. Just create a function that welcomes people. So whenever you call that function, it welcomes you. It welcomes the name you put inside. But yeah, let's do that just to practice the fact that we know how to work with function. Oh yeah. So if we are done, I expect us to be in next 2 minutes. We should be done max. Create a function that welcomes people. It welcomes you. Welcome to robotics week day 4. You call the function again, put the person name, welcome to robotics week day 4. Something like that. So if you are done, someone beside you will check to confirm. So if you are done, just tell me done. I'm waiting. Sir? Yeah, who is done now? Oh, yeah, you done. We are you to do your own. Done. Please check. Is it correct? I guess I need to come and check myself. This thing should take us nothing less than 30 seconds. So one person. Yeah, run it. Just one person. Since it's one person, you don't need to use the list. Just this guy. So yeah, just name him. So don't need to for loop again. Don't need to for loop again. Do you understand? Don't need to for loop. Just. But if you want it to be more than one person, then you can use a list. If you want it to be more than one person, you can use a list. But if you don't want it to be one person, if you don't want it to be more than one, just use. So, it's not running. And you've not invoked it. I said there are 3 stages. So what you just did is declaration and definition. So the next stage is invocation. You invoke it. Yeah, you query singing. Sure, you see, and you come. You can invoke it anywhere in your code. Yeah, I invoked it in another place. Singing. Who else is done? It's me. It's done. It's done. So let me see. Okay, good. Who else again? I'm coming. Sorry, why? Okay, you are done. This one is Agba. This is okay. You're welcome. Who else again? Yeah, not done. All right. So with this, I believe we all have the basic knowledge of Python. So you've known a lot of things in Python now, ranging from Python data types, Python variables, Python operators, list, tuple, dictionary, function, for loop, while loop. So Python is just all about that. That's basically Python. So everything that we've done today now, you see it in your microcontroller class. Do you understand? Are we here? So my advice for you is that go and build up on it. Build up on what you've learned. If you build up on it, you don't have any problem again with Python. But if you just leave it like that, support the law. So let's look at some things here. Let's look at some things. Or is there any question from anybody? Is there any question from anybody? Any question? No. So let us create a calculator using function. So I want to create 3 functions now. I want to create what? Addition, subtraction, and what? Just addition and subtraction. Probably we'll do the rest ourselves. Can we see this? So first of all, I created addition function. An addition function is collecting how many parameters? How many parameters? 2 parameters, Abi. We have what? Value 1 and value 3, and value 2 as the parameter. But look at what is happening here. Do you see this thing? Do you see this? Return. Who can tell me what return is doing? It's similar to print, but it's not print. So return is just saying that whenever you call this function, this is what this function is bringing alongside when you call it. But you're not telling it that what is bringing alongside go show it. Go do you understand? Do you get that? You're just saying that whenever you call this function, this is what is bringing along. Return value 1 plus value 2 whenever you call me. Do you get that? So here now I'm saying def value 1 and value 2. When I call this guy, I'm having 50. When it's returning value 1 plus what? Plus value 2. Let's look at subtraction too. Subtraction does the same thing. So I've created addition function, subtraction function. So let us create a function called landing page. Do you see? Do you see this? I'm creating a function called what? Landing page. So in landing page you tell me this is a simple calculator. So to write a simple calculator, do we still remember what this \n is doing? New line, Abi. Then new line, write number 1 addition, 2 subtraction. Then ask my user, what option are you choosing? Can we read this code? Are we understanding the code? Then once you ask my user, what option are you choosing? Ask my user what? To input their values. Input your first value and your second value. Then whatever the user inputs, if user chooses 1, then it's 1 calls what? Look at where it calls it. I guess this guy is low. So it calls function addition. Do you see this? It calls function addition, but it's calling it inside of what? A variable called what? Answer. Then I'm printing answer is equals to the variable what? Answer. Is that clear? Is that clear? Else, the user chooses 2. Once the user chooses 2, it does the same thing. That's for Elif, sorry. Then else, if the user chooses whatsoever, I know that somebody like AY now, he will go and choose 0, and he's not seeing 0 in this place. So we have users like that, users like AY and Richard. So you see now, When I call this function, so what I'm just calling, the only function I'm calling is what? Is landing page function. I guess so the only function I'm calling is what? Landing page function. Instead of page function, landing page function is calling other functions. Landing page function is calling other functions. Landing page function is calling what? Addition and what? Addition and what? And subtraction. Do you understand? Over here, do we understand? Do we understand it? So if I run this, so this one I'm just running, landing page. I'm just invoking only landing page. So I'm saying landing page is showing me a simple calculator. Number one, addition. Number two, subtraction. There was my option, addition. All right. All right. So when I chose addition, I can set my value 20, 20, then value 2, 20. 20 plus 20 is what? 40. Do you see the way we handle calculator now? Using function. Is that clear enough? Any question? Any question? Yeah, let's do one classwork. Do you remember that USSD code that you guys did? Oh, yeah, use function for it. It's not hard, it's not hard. Use function for it. That USSD code you did. The USSD code you did. Use function. Oh yeah, now let's do that. So once we are done with that class, we are done with Python class for this week. Then after the Python class, then we'll move on to our microcontroller. So let's do that. We have less than 4 minutes to do that. So just like what your phone is doing, *310. If the user presses *310, it calls a function. Do you understand? Do you understand that? Eh? It calls a function. Once you die star whatever network you have, what happens? It brings a drop down of what? Some menus, Abi. If you type 1, it brings another drop down. So let all those things be functions. You can just do two of the menus, so it will not take a lot of time. Welcome to MTN app. Input your code. You input your code. If the code is correct, take you to the landing page, the page that it will show number one, buy data. Number two, check data balance. You can do those two. If you choose number one, it will tell you 1 gig for 1 day, 200 naira. Choose your option. Then if you choose your option, it tells you you have 1 gig. Thank you for banking with us. All right, we should be done by now. I'll not do the correction until somebody somewhere got it. Oh yeah, now who has gotten it? Who? Okay, one person is calling me already. You are done too, Abi. Yes, sorry. Alright, let me see. So you can make it more advanced by making all those other ones options. Sure, you understand? Who else again?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let me see.
I'll be back for you.
No such file.
Yeah. As I made that, he has given you since last year. You're not showing the inside class.
Imagine. Imagine that.
Just imagine. Now still doing it. I want to finish this thing.
At least I'm saying you are getting it. Watch other person. Let me see what you have done so far.
The laptop is giving me problem.
Your laptop is. These are errors now.
Yeah, so I want to correct.
Echo error, Joe. What have you done?
My book is not working again.
Your Jupyter. Why? Is there Run the Jupyter.
This thing that is showing.
You want to install SmartDAF. SmartDAF is not making your work. Disable auto blocking. Disable it now. Okay. Okay. So you can make data plan in your leisure time. All these ones can make them a function. So if the user chooses one, it calls this data plan function. No data plan will now drop all the data plans. This way. So that's our function. Are you done? I'm sorry, you're done something. Okay. Okay. So this is what I was saying. You can make data plan too, also a function. Do you understand? So that if the user chooses data plan, this is another option. If the user chooses data plan is a function. You call data plan as a function. Data plan has its own. Do you understand that now? It can be anywhere on your cell. It can be anywhere on your cell. But let it be before this major one, so that Python already stores data plan functions in its own memory before you call it down. Do you understand? Anybody else here? What have you done so far? What happened to your system has spoiled? The charging. Alaja. You're doing it on your phone. Yeah. You don't get it. Anybody here? That's something. So we are creating a function. Cannot say function one. Python does not understand this guy. So you say function SSD. Then print this one. You come here and print it inside. It's inside the function. You understand? Then you now call the function. Afterwards, call the function like this. SSD. Okay. Yeah, run it. Do you have that? You have that already? What do you have? Have you run it? So you can make each of those plans. Which one do you have? You just have buy data. If you buy data, it's buy data. One daily. So you can make buy data now another function on its own. Do you understand? So which one else? You are not done. You're still working. Who else? Enrico? Didn't get it. Your laptop is not working. Why? Where is it? What's the true error? Okay. That's good. It's saying invalid syntax somewhere. Value 1, value 2, value 1, value 2. Why value 1, value 2, value 1, value 2? So user input your option. If user inputs 1, it's simple calculator. So simple calculator when it is USSD code. So you just copy and paste. Anyways, does not matter. Data by data plan. So why do you have value 1, value 2, value 1, value 2?
Okay, I will change all these things.
So if user chooses by data plan, then you buy data plan. So which one is all these ones that are buying? So there's a lot of bug in this code. Just understand the procedure. Understand the procedure. You want to ask your user that input your what? The first one is what? Input or what? Your USSD, Abi?
Yes.
Once you input your USSD and your USSD is correct, if USSD is correct, if USSD is equals to what you have, *131#, something like this. Then have a drop down, print a drop down for the person. Abi now. So all these ones are inside the function USSD. Do you understand? Do you get? So you have a function, a drop down, one data plan. Do you get? So if user chooses one, so you have another user here again that you collect input, the option of the user. Is this clear enough? So if this user chooses one, so you know that if user is equals to one, then you have data plan, Abi. So you have another job down for data plan and continue like that. So that's it. All right, our time for Python is up, and this is the last day for Python. Are we here? Please, I need our attention. I need our attention now. The time for Python is up already. I wish I should be able to do the correction for us. But look at something quickly. Look at something quickly. This is what I want us to do. Something like this. Just create a function. You can call it function USSD. Do you understand? Abi now. Right? Then you can print to the function, welcome, print to your user. When your user calls this function, you can print to your user, welcome to my MTN app, Abi. Something like this. Abi now. Then you ask your user, input your USSD code. So I can call USSD code. I can say USSD code is equals to input. Are we here? Do we see this? So if my USSD code, USSD, I believe we are getting this, Abi. Yes. Oh, this here is not working. If USSD is equals to, what are we using? What are we using? Oh yeah, now. Star what? 3, 1, 2, hash. Then if my USSD is this guy, then call a function for me. I can call a function. Let me call the function dashboard or landing page 2 or something. Call a function for me. Let me say dashboard. Function dashboard. Let me go and create function dashboard first. So I'll just do this one for us. And so function is not okay. I'm done already. I just want to show them the correction. So are we here? Dashboard then. In the dashboard, I can print to the user that one is what? If you choose one, go to what? Data plan, Abi. Let me just do data plan and check balance. Then go to the next line and print 2. 2 for what? Check balance. Can we see this? Let me come back to this USSD and say else. Else, print invalid code. Print invalid. invalid code, try again. And once I said try again, then I need it to go back to this USSD code, Abi, to reload it again, Abi. I can have USSD again. So this is what we call function. You are calling a function inside the function. You are calling the same function inside itself. Do you understand that? So I'm saying that if the USSD code is correct, go to dashboard. Else, tell the user that you have what? Invalid code, try again. Then you are calling the function. So let me run all these codes. Let me invoke this code. So if I want to invoke USSD, now I can come here and do this. I can invoke USSD and say USSD. And I run this guy. Welcome to MTN, your USSD code. If I type rubbish here, it tells me invalid code, try again. Welcome to MTN. Do you understand that? Do you understand that now? So if I type in star 3 what? 1 2 hash, and I run this guy, it takes me to the dashboard. Number 1, data plan. 2, check balance. You know, I can come here and continue with my if else statements. Abi now. So that's good for us. That's okay. Let us make this guy make more sense by saying what? Elif. Okay. No need for Elif here. We'll be using Elif here if we want we can say option 3. Next line, option 3, exit. Abi now. So you can use this as your personal assignment. And anywhere you see me, you can try to show me if you really have passion for Python. You can show me. You can make this guy another function, create something inside of it. Make this guy also another function, create something inside of it. So whenever the user calls, if user call 1, something like this, if you ask your user equals to input your option, Abi, option. So if user is equal to 1, if user equals to 1, you can call on data plan function. Do you get? Then you know that you need to go and create what? Data plan function. So you do the same thing for everything. Elif. So my time is fast spent. I'll stop here for now. Elif user is equal to 2. Then if you guys equal to 2, I can call on what? Check balance function. Then I need to go and create a function for check balance. Then elif user equals to what? Equals to 3. Then I can call on exit. So in Python, there is a function, a normal function called exit, like this in Python. Then else, you tell the user what? Invalid what? Print invalid option. Then try again, you call on dashboard. So with this, we call this a recursive function. So you're calling a function inside a function, dashboard. So thank you. Sorry. With this now, you have a USSD code. Thank you for banking with us. I believe I'm able to convince and not to confuse you that Python is the best programming language. So do you have any question? What do you want? Up. Yeah, like this. Should I minimize it a little bit? So you see. But it's too thick. So we'll be going for a break. We'll be going for 1 hour break. God bless you. We'll come back by 1. Wow, microcontroller.